Hi guys, it's YELLZ0 and today you might be wondering, why are you standing in front of a bunch of records? Does that have something to do with today's video? Yes, it does, because today I am doing the highly anticipated, highly requested record tour. So I asked you guys if you wanted to see my vinyl collection. I don't know if I'll be able to go over all of them, but I will definitely do a good chunk of them today. And we're just gonna go through them. I'm gonna show you what I like, and then I'll probably tell you my favorite song on the album, or if I've seen them live, and just fun stuff so you get to know like my music taste, a little bit more about my personality, I guess. Let's just jump right into it. No, wait, actually, before I forget, here are my socials. Don't forget to follow me on there if you would like. I won't pressure you, but I highly recommend it. And all right, well, now let's get into the collection. The first one we have is Electric Light Orchestra Out of the Blue. I love this album. I really do, truly. I'm probably gonna say for most of these records that they're like perfect albums, but you know, sue me, okay? I like my music taste and I think it's all perfect. So anyway, without further ado, my favorite songs on here, Sweet Talkin' Woman, probably #1, but I do love Turn to Stone. And obviously everyone knows Mr. Blue Sky. Like if you've heard Mr. Blue Sky, you know Electric Light Orchestra, but I think this is an amazing album. I love it so much. #2, I feel like if you have a record player, you need to have this record, right? This is just like the rite of passage, okay? This is Vessel, 21 Pilots. I have loved 21 Pilots since 2013 maybe, and this album hits so hard. It's nostalgic. I will put it on if I'm in the mood to know every single word to every song in it. I think it's perfection. If you know, you know, and if you don't, get on the wave, honey. But yeah, good album, great album, amazing album. What's my favorite song from this album, you ask? Man, I like them all. For right now, I'm gonna say Ode to Sleep. That's not always the answer, but to make a choice for this moment, I'm going to have to pick Ode to Sleep. You know what, actually backtrack on that. I would pick Migraine, because I just think that's a classic and that's my go-to. So I'm gonna pick Migraine. Green Day, American Idiot. I have seen Green Day. I saw them in 2021 and also 2024 last summer. Last summer, they did an entire playthrough of this album and Dookie, and it was awesome because my favorite song on this record is What's Her Name? That is one of my favorite songs of all time. If you're going to listen to any song that I talk about today, listen to What's Her Name. I've cried to that song so many times, and I've heard it live and I sobbed during it live, but it's just an amazing song, and this album is amazing. So next, Brand New Eyes, Paramore. This has got to be my favorite Paramore album, and probably one of my favorite albums of all time as well, but it's perfection. It encapsulates a sort of angst that I have on the daily, and I love it. I love all of it. It reminds me of fun times. Scratch that. I don't know why I said that. But I love this. I love this record. I would have to say my favorite one is Where the Lines Overlap. I don't know, that's a go-to for me on this record, but yeah, I love this one. Katy Perry, One of the Boys. This album, I will ride or die for this album. Anyone thinking right now, they're like, oh, Katy Perry, pop sensation. No, Katy Perry, Warped Tour queen. That's what I'm thinking, okay? This is giving 2009 emo era Katy Perry, and you either get it or you don't. This album is amazing, amazing. What I would kill to see her on stage, Warped Tour era, singing along to some self-inflicted, Waking Up in Vegas, Mannequin. Every single song on here is a banger. I think my favorite is Self-Inflicted. That song I can listen to over and over and over again and never get sick of it. I love it. An incredible, incredible album. You already know I was gonna get into some Fall Out Boy. If you recognize it back there, you're gonna recognize it here. Infinity on High, Fall Out Boy. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I got some opinions on Fall Out Boy. 1, I never got into Save Rock and Roll. I never did. I wasn't into that album. I really wasn't, and I gave it a hard time. But after some friends convinced me, give it a second chance, there's a couple songs on there that I did end up liking. Like, oh my gosh, I'm like blinking. But anyway, it does have some heat. some bangers, but this one in particular, it took me a while to get on the hype. It really did. You know what? My favorite album from Fall Out Boy is probably Fully, but I recently discovered my love for this one because, I don't know, it just seemed like every song I was listening to from Fall Out Boy, I was like, wait a minute, this is on Infinity on High. And then I started listening to all the way through, and then I was like, wow, the entire album is fantastic. So I'm just like reading it. It's like it's so hard to pick. Hum Hallelujah, the Afterlife of the Party, the Carpal Tunnel of Love, Bang the Doldrums. Literally every single song on here. I'm like a lawyer with the way I'm always trying to get you off. I love this entire album. It is so hard for me to even pick a favorite, but it's amazing. Also, you might be wondering, like, why aren't some of these open? My record player just like stopped working randomly, and I don't know how to fix it, and I'm too lazy to figure it out, and I've tried, so it's just kind of sitting there. But it did work for a good amount of time, and I will figure it out, okay? I just not that tech savvy. Blink-182 Neighborhoods. I've seen Blink-182, I think 3 times, maybe 2. I saw them in 2022, 2024? I can't remember. I've seen them a couple times though. 2023, 2024, I know for sure. But anyway, love Blink. I saw them last at City Field. Incredible. I definitely cried. I always cry at shows. I don't know. My favorite? Thanks for asking. It's obviously Ghost on the Dance Floor. I don't know why I was reading the back of this, like I already knew that. Ghost on the Dance Floor makes me feel something deep within my soul. Ghost on the Dance Floor, when I feel that, I am teleported out of this universe and I'm looking into it from another one. I don't know how to describe it. It makes me feel something that everyone should feel once in their lifetime. If that made any sense. Anyway, amazing album, love it so much. I'm gonna start like ripping these off my wall because I want to show you guys these ones too. The Cure, greatest hits. I know what you're thinking. The greatest hits, YELLZ. You couldn't just buy an actual record. You know what? Sometimes you just want the greatest hits. And I have my favorite songs. And they're probably the greatest hits. Let Me Live. Let Me Live. Probably like In Between Days. I know that's probably a basic answer. Probably every song on this record is basic because it's greatest hits. But this is like, this reminds me of spring. This reminds me of walking outside, listening to Love Song with my headphones on. It's like 72 degrees. I'm wearing a light jacket, feeling a little pep in my step. The Cure's playing. I love it. It curates a certain feeling of hope, excitement. I don't think those are the right adjectives, but they're the ones I used, so. Next, this is French Exit by TV Girl. Do you know how hard getting this record is? Dude, I couldn't find this anywhere. I found it. I'm gonna gatekeep, but I do have a favorite record shop and I don't want to drop it. I probably should drop it for you guys to give them business and stuff, but I love them so much and I'm scared that they're gonna sell out of my favorite records and stuff. But maybe one day I'll drop it. I'm a gatekeeper, my bad. But anyway, this is a really hard record to get, but they had it and I was shocked. But it's an amazing record. It's just like chill, just vibey. Ugh, I hate that word. It makes you feel like this. Like a little shimmy. That's it. That's how this record makes me feel, and that's what's on this record, and yeah, that's all I have to say about it, okay? Pretty odd, Panic at the Disco. At first, again, kind of like Infinity on High, I didn't really get the hype at first, but then it was again a spring evening, and I decided to put on That Green Gentleman, and I realized, wait a minute, what's this little folky tune I'm hearing right now? I think I'm in a little folky mood. So then I put the rest of the album on, and the rest is history, and it's so amazing, and I love it, and it reminds you of spring. I guess a lot of music reminds you of spring. So take with that what you will, but Pretty Odd is a spring album to me. And spring is coming up, so it all adds up, doesn't it? But my favorite? Oh, don't even ask me that question. Don't even ask me that. Oh, God. Do you know what I'm seeing? Oh, She Had the World. I like can't even tell you a favorite because every song I will listen to if I'm in a certain mood. If I'm sad, I'll put on a slower ballad. If I'm in the mood to shimmy a little bit, I'll put a different one on. It's so hard to pick, guys. Just listen to it if you've never listened to it, and if you have, then you get it, okay? This is ABBA. Everybody loves ABBA. Everybody knows ABBA. I got this for like $1 at a random consignment shop, and I thought, I have to have that. And I got it. My favorite Basic, but Our Last Summer. So good. So good. I have played this record a lot. When I'm cooking food, when I'm eating food. I don't know why it's centered around food for me, but love it. It's great. Motion City soundtrack. I think this is one of my favorite bands of all time. I love them. I've seen them live so many times. I've crowd surfed to them. I think it was actually the first artist I've ever crowd surfed to. So that was kind of fun. I can't even remember which song I crowd surfed to. I literally can't even remember. That's making me so upset, but I did. I was up in the air like that. It was awesome. All you had to do is just go up to a bunch of guys and be like, put me in the air, and they do that for you. It's really fun. Love this album. I saw them play this album all the way through, so I thought I, needed this to commemorate that. And it was the show I crowd surfed to, so yeah, I'm trying to remember if that's... Commit this to memory, Motion City soundtrack. That's the name. I think on this one, it's Time Turned Fragile. I wish I could remember which song I crowd surfed to. It's driving me bonkers. I'll have to look into it. But anyway, amazing. I love it. I'm gonna see them again this year. I think twice. Okay, next one. Okay, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. My friend Curly Daddy, or Gideon, if you guys know him, he was in Jersey Boys so many times this past year, just his past musical career, and so I went to see it, and it really just it really brought back my love of Frankie Valli. And so I listened to Frankie Valli a lot, and I had to get the greatest hits. What's my favorite on here? I love all of it. I know I keep saying that. I know I'm so annoying, but maybe I love Dawn. Love Dawn. Love Ragdoll. And a classic, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. Those are my top 3. I can't go any lower. And to finish this video out, my favorite record from Fall Out Boy, Folie à Deux. Love. Again, this is a really hard record to get, but I got it, and I love it. I've seen Fall Out Boy, like I said, so many times live, and it's always a little treat when they play a song from this album. My favorite is Coffees for Closers, though. I've never heard it live, but the moment I do hear it live, you bet I will be bawling my eyes out for no reason, just because I'm so happy. But yeah, I love this album. As I said, for everyone, imagine I had a record and I was like, hate this one. I wouldn't have it. So yeah, my last one. Okay guys, well, that's the entirety of my record collection. Not really, just kidding. I have a lot more I didn't show you, but I thought for sake of time, I would just do some of it. Also, so many more I didn't show you guys. Here's a sneak peek. So if you enjoyed it, leave a big old comment under the video saying how much you love it, and you love me, I guess, perhaps. And look at this, there's a hole. I'm so serious. Look at it. It just ripped off my wall. Missing, I gotta fix that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to smash that like button, smash it, hit that subscribe button, follow me on all my social medias here, and have an amazing day. Love ya.